back to the Culturally Distinct Podcast. Your boy, Black Adam. I'm glad you guys tuned back into the show. Guys, there's a good show coming, but before we get into the show, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys who subscribe to the show. Thank you guys who see me in the streets and be like, oh, you're that guy that has the podcast. Yes, I'm that guy. My name is Black Adam, by the way. Black Adam. And I'm not saying that because I'm black and my name is Adam. But I am saying it because my name is Adam and I'm black. But I thank you guys who tune in. I thank you guys who subscribe. Thank you guys, man, for the comments, for the likes, and everything, man. Appreciate it. Much love to my sponsors, 605 Adult Beverages, also Call Audio, and MedPro Supply. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show. We're looking for more sponsors. We need more sponsors. You guys been hitting me up in the inbox, and some of you guys, I'm sorry, some of the inboxes I don't read because it's a lot of mail, and I know it's a lot of information that's out there, but I'm going to get to it, I promise you. I'm hiring somebody to go through that. So much love to you guys. Thank you, sponsors, for sponsoring the show. Guys, you know that every week I have someone that comes up on the show that's very special, someone that you might see in the Houston street, somebody you might see, it may be downtown, they may be in East Downtown, they may be in Katy, they may be in the Galleria. And this individual who I wanted to come on the show today, I just thought she had a unique story. You know, I know she's going to talk about it more, but I wanted her to come up because I felt that I believe in God, right? Mm-hmm. And by me believing in God, I believe discernment is a real thing, right? So when you like interact or when you see someone or when you like, okay, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind having that being displayed to the public. Mm-hmm. This individual that's on the show today, she has that, and that's why I wanted to bring her up. I like everybody. Welcome to the show, Dr. Arielle Ball. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm great.
Good? Oh, yeah. I'm awesome.
I know.
Awesome.
It's a good Friday.
It is. It is a good Friday. And it's not Good Friday, but it's a good Friday.
But it's a good Friday.
Yes. So, Doc, mm-hmm. Dr. Ball, mm-hmm. Arielle, what can I call you? I'm going to call you Doc.
Doc or Arielle.
Arielle.
Mm-hmm. My friends call me Ari.
Ari. Mm-hmm. Well, Doc Ari. Ari. I'm going to say Doc. That's better. Okay. That's natural.
Yeah.
So, Doc.
Yes.
Let's get started. Mm-hmm. First of all, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start from the very beginning.
Okay.
All right. Where are you from?
I am originally from New York, Long Island. I moved to South Florida, West Palm Beach, when I was about 10, and then I grew up in Florida.
How long you been in Houston?
8 years. I still feel like a visitor, though.
Oh, wow. You just got it. You're new.
I feel like I've been here like a long time.
So you got here from West Palm?
No, from Atlanta. So I went to grad school in Florida, and I got my doctorate. And then after that, I went to Atlanta with the healthcare company that I was working with, trying to get promoted. And I stayed there for 6 years. Okay. And then I ended up transferring with that same company here to Houston and took over their hospital division.
Okay. So you did what? How long in Atlanta? 5 years?
6 years.
6 years, and then you transitioned to the new Atlanta.
This is not new Atlanta.
Well, you're right.
I don't know why people say that.
Well, it's not because I don't want to say this on camera, but it's not the new Atlanta because we don't have as much flamboyance.
Oh, no, I don't think. Y'all, I heard y'all have a lot of DL, though. Look, if I had
we done started off this show already with this. Come on. Wow. A lot of DL.
That's what I heard.
Really? Mm-hmm. I heard the same thing. Mm-hmm. I heard that that is like a lot going on.
Prevalent.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. But it's not as flamboyant as Atlanta.
I'd rather have flamboyant than DL.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because then you're living in your truth and you're not deceiving anyone. But if you're DL, then you're keeping it coveted, and then you're not being honest or transparent or forthcoming with probably women who don't know that you really like men. So I'd rather you be out, proud, and not covering it.
This is crazy. You trying to start off the show with this? Jeez. But no, you know what? And I don't want, we might just go there. We here now. So I had a conversation with one of my partners, and he told me the same thing that what you just said. Exact same thing what the chick told him. And I was like, really? And I thought about it. I was like, do I know any guys that's down low?
How would you know, though?
Well, they give you signs.
I don't know, but do you know the signs?
Yeah, the hand gestures, the way they move, the sassiness.
No, that's the outwardly one. But like, what are the like coveted signs?
No, I don't know all that.
Exactly, because you're not DL.
But how? But how would a woman know that?
We wouldn't. But another man who's DL would.
Real? Oh,
Yeah.
so you need a gay friend, basically.
I mean,
Gay guy friend.
you need someone who knows.
Like a gay has a gaydar.
Yes.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, a gaydar. Look, that is crazy. Okay, wow. So it's not a new Atlanta. Houston is not the new Atlanta. Okay.
No.
So do you like Houston since you've been here?
It's okay. I feel like I'm finally year 8,
Okay.
starting to live a bit here
Yeah.
after 8 years.
Well, when I first moved to Houston, I lived in Atlanta also. But when I lived in Houston, when I first moved here, I've been here like 14 years.
Mm.
The first 7 years, I was married too.
Okay.
So the very first 7 years, it was like I was just going to work and coming home.
That's how I feel.
Right. I didn't get a chance to explore, see things outside of the scene where everybody goes to, but I didn't get a chance to see the arts and all that thing
Yeah.
until I got pretty much divorced.
So
when
that's unfortunate.
well, no, it wasn't. That was not a sad thing. It's like because certain places you can't go when you're married, alone. You know what I'm saying? I can't say all that on camera, but there's certain things that you can't do while you're married, right? But I got a chance to do it alone, and then traveling, then coming back for then meeting different people, and meeting different women. I was like, wow, y'all have different backgrounds, different experiences, and then starting the podcast, getting to have conversations with people. I'm like, oh wow, that's different.
Yeah.
Right. So starting to learn Atlanta. Why I keep saying Atlanta? Learning Houston more. So Houston. So, and you're a doctor of physical therapy.
Yes.
So how long has that took place? You getting your doctorate degree in
I
that?
got my doctorate 15 years ago.
Okay. From what school?
University of South Florida.
Okay.
But
okay.
I got my bachelor's from the Florida State University. That's the school I read, the Seminoles. So I got a bachelor's in exercise physiology.
Okay.
And then my doctorate in physical therapy. And then I have an MBA in healthcare management.
Got you. So, it's funny. When I graduated from college, my plan was I graduated in kinesiology, exercise science.
PT school?
Yes.
Yes.
And I had it already, all the prereqs and everything. But I started to play football, and I was like, hell with that. I'm not doing that. And I had it set. I was going to get my PT. I was going to Texas Women College.
Oh.
I had it already set. But none of that took place.
Wow.
God had another plan.
So many people tell me that they want to go to PT school.
Yeah. I had it set. That's what I wanted to do. That was my goal. After football, I was like, I can't play football forever.
Yes.
I'm going to go to PT school and blah, blah, blah. And I started teaching. So I started teaching, then coaching, then working for the government. And the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. God had another plan for my life.
He did.
Praise God. So, all right, PT. From PT to being a competitive bodybuilder.
Yes.
So what made you get into that field? Because I know I had a cousin that was a professional bodybuilder. What is it, IFBB?
Well, I am natural.
Okay. So just natural body.
Natural bodybuilding.
No steroids, no supplements, no nothing. So what made you get into that space?
Actually, a coworker of mine. I was working at a hospital, and one of the director of nursing, she was telling me she was turning 45, and she wanted to do a bodybuilding show for her 45th.
Okay.
And I had my son maybe like a couple years, and I felt like I didn't like how my body was looking.
Okay.
So at first, she's doing a 90-day weight loss program at this all-women's gym, and I was like, I'm going to do that with you. I want to lose weight. I want to look good. So I did the 90-day with her and ended up like winning the 90-day challenge with her.
Okay.
And I lost like 22 pounds. And I was like, dang, I wonder if I can do a show. So I asked her competition coach, would she take me on to see if I can do a show? She said, yeah. So it was 2 months out. It was called the Diva Houston All Women's Bodybuilding Show. I love that show. And I did that for my first show. And then I ended up getting first place overall. And I got my pro card.
Really?
In that first show.
Wow. It
yes.
chose you. You didn't choose it. It chose you.
Yeah.
So how did that, like, that certificate or that award, how did that make you feel in terms of, like, esteem, confidence?
I felt so accomplished because when I went to that show, I say this, just getting on stage is an accomplishment within itself.
Right.
That takes a lot of guts, discipline, to train for it, to get in front of judges and put your physique out there for it to be judged.
Right.
Like, that takes a lot. So I was like, I don't even care about placing. I just want to go on stage, feel good about what I brought, and then do good on stage.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about winning at all.
Really?
No.
So you just went up there just to say, okay, well, I'm gonna overcome my
Yeah.
fear. I went up there and did it, and
Mhm.
you wound up getting number one.
Mhm.
Wow.
And got my pro card out of it, and then I've loved it ever since.
So you've been addicted to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like
A tattoo.
I felt like tattoos. Yes, I felt like I was losing myself after having my son, and a lot of moms feel that way because we focus so much on the kids, and then we don't focus on ourselves anymore. And I felt like that was a part of me that I can just focus on me and have a purpose and a discipline, and that's what made me keep doing it. And then I started enjoying it. Like
So
the bodybuilding community is very small,
yeah,
especially in Houston and blacks. So you get to know everyone. It's that camaraderie.
right. Yeah. So I want to talk about that because that's one reason why I wanted to bring you on too. You mentioned something about losing yourself. You know, you said women, black women tend to lose themselves after they have kids.
Mm-hmm.
I know in some different frames, black women that get divorced or they're no longer in a relationship or they lose a loved one or they
Mm-hmm.
lose a best friend or whatever. But you say you lost yourself when you had your child.
Mm-hmm.
So could you kind of expound on that a little deeper?
Yeah. So, I mentioned that I came to Houston for work.
Yes.
So I came here alone. I didn't have family here. We're not from here. We're from New York and
New
Florida.
York. Shout out to
Yes.
New York. The Knicks. They're in the championship. Yeah.
Yes. So I was here alone, and I didn't come here for that, right? And I ended up having a child here, and I was a single mom alone in Houston. So I started feeling overwhelmed with motherhood.
Mm.
And then also, my son got diagnosed with autism as well, which created another barrier. So I felt like I had to focus on that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure he was okay. But in the meantime, I was losing out on me and focusing on what made me happy because I was so worried about him.
So basically, now let me see if I could pick up what you're putting down.
Uh huh.
You say you was losing you was more of like not concerned about the things that you wanted for you
Hmm.
or that you used to want for you.
Yeah.
It was the priority was strictly him and nothing else.
Yeah. And even just like think about like upkeep for women, what we like to do. So for me, I like to get my nails done.
Mm-hmm.
I like to get my hair done.
Yeah.
I like to get massages, go to the spa. I love to travel.
Okay.
So all the things that I felt like brought me joy, I had to put it on the back burner because the priority was my
The
son
baby.
now. So not only am I am alone here in Houston, but I'm a single mom. So I need to make sure my finances are good for him.
Yeah.
So I was working. That was my focus. Make sure he was provided for.
So so now this is a good conversation because I have these all the time, especially at the bar. So when you said, okay, I understand because women, I know you guys are like, especially if you're single, you're the sole provider in terms
Mm-hmm.
of finances for your kids or your kid or whatever your responsibilities are. But do you ever in that space? Do you ever get a chance to allow someone not to fulfill that for you, but allow someone to kind of help or support you in that space?
I don't know if I encountered a lot of, if you're talking about men,
Yeah.
men that were providers that could fulfill that.
Okay.
So,
You in Houston, girl? Come on now. All these men in Houston. Don't do
that
that.
don't mean that they are quality men.
So it's a
Just quantity is not quality.
it's a lot of quality men out here.
That I'm aligned with. So that
That's true
takes a
too.
lot out too.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, because that the reason why I say that because these conversations take place all the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And my question is, I'm just like, okay, what is the need, right, on either side,
Mm.
right? For the woman, what's the
Mm.
need? For the man, what's the need?
Yeah. So the woman, for me, it's more like if I'm gonna partner with someone, like we definitely have to be aligned in what we want. So are you committed? Are you loyal? Are you family oriented? Are you a Christian? Do you believe in God? Are you God fearing?
Mm-hmm.
Um, how do you take care of my son as well? Because I am a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
So will you come in as a father figure, and then how is your approach with him with the autism?
Yeah.
That's another layer. So I just want to make sure people are comfortable with that. Because parenting a special needs child is not the easiest. Like you
Mm-hmm.
have to have a lot of tolerance and patience
Yes.
and learn about it and then want to be there. So a lot of people are not up for that, unfortunately.
Well, I think the education too, because
The
one,
awareness for it.
yeah, the awareness
Yes.
and education. Like we now, like for instance, like mental health and
Mhm.
and cancers and autism.
Mhm.
Now ADHD is a big one,
Right.
right? These are things that we're learning about in our community. We didn't
Mhm.
really have the resources to do it. Now we have the resources,
Mhm.
so we're kind of still learning.
Yeah.
So when someone comes, and it's not an excuse. It's just we don't have the we haven't had the proper education
Mhm.
when we go into a situation. That's why it's like
Right.
I don't know
Right.
what I'm doing, and I don't want to be a failure. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what?
But I've met someone that I was getting to know, and one of the early things that he did was he researched autism
Okay,
to learn about it.
yeah,
And then he told me, he asked me questions. So I appreciate things like that. Instead of just being weird about it,
yeah, yeah,
um, just look it up or ask me, hey, how is your son?
yeah.
Or what kind of things does he show? Or what kind of things does he enjoy? Because they are highly intelligent, but they just think differently,
Right.
you know?
And they hyper focus in one area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do a lot of research on that on autism because I'm an advocate on the
Yes.
show and mental health. I do a lot of mental health stuff because I lost a lot of loved ones
Mm-hmm.
from mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I wasn't autistic as a well, I probably was. I don't know. I was extremely bad as a kid, but I was extremely bored,
Mm-hmm.
and my IQ was like super high,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't understand like why my IQ was so high, and I
Right.
never went to class.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like I wasn't. I don't know. I guess back then they didn't have autism.
Well, it was there, but they just didn't have a label for it.
Right.
You remember when we were kids, unfortunately, we called it like MR or mental retardation, right? Or we would say, oh, he's slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we never labeled it or diagnosed it, or a lot of families did not go seek out a diagnosis.
Right.
They just kept them in the house and avoided people. But we didn't go out and go to a specialist and get the
Yeah.
resources. And I think that was because we didn't know what to do.
Yeah. We didn't have the
Yeah,
education,
we didn't have the education about it.
and then we didn't have the resources. A lot of us
A
didn't have
lot
the
of us.
resources. We
I'm
had
a
insurance.
healthcare provider, and I still have to fight for resources.
See, and
Yes.
yeah, well, yeah, yeah, and that's another thing. Like the stigma too in our community,
Hmm.
right? The black community, it's a lot of things that goes on in our communities that we, amongst our family members, our kids,
Hmm.
that we have no idea because
Yeah.
we're unaware. We just gonna go to the church and pray. And like, hopefully, God, takes care of it. I'm like, yo, you got to go to a therapist.
Yeah, and you can do that too. Like you can pray and still have an intervention.
100%.
Both
100%.
things can coincide.
100%. That's good. Okay, that's good. All right, I love it. So by you being by you being in Houston, right,
Uh-huh.
and being a single mother, what are some challenges that you face on like just on a daily basis of all the things that you do,
Mm-hmm.
right? We just only named a couple, but all the things that you do. What are some things that you problems that you run into, just in general?
I think up until recently, I would, with my son, I would get calls from the school almost on a daily basis. So imagine trying to work a full time job,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to leave early, go get your son, right? So I call it, I don't have a reprieve. Like I don't have a partner to share this with.
Yeah.
It's all on me. And I think that's probably a daily struggle that I have. But God has definitely afforded me um, like a nanny. You
Okay.
know, I
Big time.
can
Big money.
afford a
Big
nanny
money.
to assist, but I work hard so that I can have that assistance. And then now I've had family move here.
Okay.
So I had my mom move here from
Good.
Florida, and then my younger sister, she moved here as well. So now it's three of us here.
Good.
And my mom's married, and her husband's fantastic with my son.
Good.
So now I actually feel like I have a family support system.
That's good.
Hmm.
Good. What do you find space for yourself at this present moment in your life? How do you find space for you?
I did alter my work schedule
Okay.
last year to allow more work life balance. So I do get off by like 1 p.m.
Okay.
and then I do things I want to do. So if I want to go to the gym, if I want to go to the spa, if I want to get a massage,
Yeah.
and then I have up until 6 p.m. to go get my son from the after school program. So from 1 to 6,
Yeah.
it's me on what I want to do.
Okay. That's good because a
Hmm.
lot of us don't have time or we don't give ourselves that space for us to just relax.
Yeah. But it took me, I'm 40 now. It took me a long time working, in this rat race
Mm-hmm.
to figure out that work life balance is important because then you get burned out. And I
100%.
did.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially living in a fast lane city like Houston. Any major city. On you,
Mm.
well, you from New York, but you lived in Florida. Well, West Palm, yeah, you play golf every day, but what I'm saying, it's really not a really fast lane place. But living in just say what's close to West Palm? Yeah, Florida. Yeah, Miami.
Miami.
Miami right there. So I used to live
Mm-hmm.
in Miami too. So well, Miami and Fort Myers. So
Uh-huh. You lived in Fort Myers?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I lived everywhere because working for the government,
Oh, okay.
I'm a disaster chaser. I worked for FEMA for a long time.
Oh.
So everywhere they had floods and hurricanes, I was there. So working in major cities,
Mm-hmm.
I'd known like I've seen people lose themselves in the rat race, like
Mm-hmm.
the words that you use, because they got to get the house,
Mm-hmm.
they got to get the car, the
Yeah.
bag, they got to go to the trips, they got to
Exactly.
have the experiences, the dinners, the experience. They just have to do that, and before you know it, they're 50, and it's like, wow, where did time go?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The kids are grown, out the house. Uh, yeah, it's got to make time for yourself, especially today and time.
Yeah.
So I want to fast forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You out of all the things that you've done in life, all the things that you're doing, you decided to write a book,
Yes.
right? Give me the 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 reasoning behind writing a book, because most people ain't gonna say, "Hey, you know what, I'm gonna just journal this. I ain't about to write no book," but you wrote a book, and the name of the book is Raising Him, Rebuilding
Me.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
So take us in that journey.
Okay. Funny story. I was talking to one of my guy friends,
Okay.
and we were talking about a scarcity mindset and why I still somewhat have a scarcity mindset, right? Even though I do just fine,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was just ingrained in me. So one day he was like, "Tell me about that. Did it start in your childhood?" And I was like, "Oh gosh." So then I started thinking back. I was like, "Why do I have this scarcity mindset?" And he was like, I told him about my upbringing and
Okay.
things like that. And he was like, I think you should write about it. I think you should write a book and I think you should make a movie. And I was like, boy, stop. I'm not doing all that. And then one day during the storm, we were stuck inside one of these Houston storms. And I started writing to get out everything.
Mm.
And I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And then I ended up just having a manuscript. And I was like, I'm going to try to self publish this. So I researched on how you can self publish,
Yeah.
and I ended up editing it and self publishing it, and then putting it out there, and started sharing my story.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear about in a not too much detail,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to hear that, because even though I know you put it, you explained it like super fast, but I want to. The thing is, the reason I'm asking you that, because a lot of people have that inside of them, right? They have gifts
Mm-hmm.
and talents inside of them, right?
Yeah.
And they have books inside of them,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't never take time for themselves. Even though this is during the pandemic, I take it.
No, no, no. It was just doing the random storm that we had recently.
Okay.
It was like one of those. The weather was bad, and then it was icy outside, and they said don't leave your house.
Okay.
One of those.
Oh, this was recent. This is
Yes.
like the one that happened. Yeah, the freeze that we had.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, but still, people don't have time to write. People don't think about it
Mm-hmm.
when they have time to themselves. When we have time to ourselves, study shows that if you work a complex job, a stressful job, it takes you 7 days to decompress from that job.
I can believe it.
And on the seventh day, that's when you really get back to your normal
Mm-hmm.
self. So people really are always fast paced, fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking that because I want you to tell the people, how did you get in that head space?
Mm. I think it was my friend because he writes films.
Okay.
So for him to think that I should put this into a book, I value his opinion. And I kind of use it as therapy too because I'm not a big journaler. But I wanted to see if I can get out some of my feelings
Mm-hmm.
and talk about like my upbringing. So like I said, my upbringing was modest, right? So my mom was a single mom of 4 kids.
Okay.
And she struggled, and I think that shaped my mindset, and I didn't realize it until I was talking to my friend about it.
Okay.
And that made me want to get out like my memories as a kid and then how it affected me now. And then I didn't want to like trauma dump in the book at all. I wanted it to be more of an overcoming story, but still therapeutic. And I wanted to add like self reflection and takeaway so that it can help other people
Mm-hmm.
self reflect on their situations and say, okay, but what is my takeaway? Like, don't just sit in it, right? But what can I take away from this to move forward?
Right.
That's what I wanted. And then that's my mindset. It's like, okay, we can unpack it, but we don't need to sit in it. But how can we actually use some tools, some strategies, and then move forward?
So how did you? Well, how did you like gain that knowledge? Because most people that unpack it, they like to sit in it for a while because we don't have the tools yet, or
Mm-hmm.
we don't understand, or we don't know how to operate unless you've done therapy
I
before.
have.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm an advocate of therapy. I love it. I actually want that to be my next degree. Actually, I want to get a master's in counseling.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do think it's very helpful, and I think people shy away from it because they think something's wrong. But I think therapy keeps you on track,
Okay.
and it's a way for you to unpack the things that you deal with every day. I started mine based off of my postpartum stuff. So I was having like postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety that I wanted to deal with so that I can parent my son better and
Okay.
deal with like the acknowledgement and acceptance of him having autism because I struggled with that.
Yeah.
So I knew that I had to seek help because I wasn't doing it by myself. Like I just was not getting through it like at all.
Yeah. No, that's heavy. That's good. I like that you explaining that like that and being vulnerable and expressing that because a lot of people go through the same thing,
Mm,
right? And and that postpartum is real.
yes.
Like
Very.
that's a real thing,
Yeah.
right?
Like at one point my mom told me she was like, I think you're functionally depressed. You know how you go through every
Yeah, you're
day.
doing
No one
everything.
would never know because you're going through every day thinking like smiling at people. And I noticed that when people would say, "Good morning, how are you?" You're automatic, "Oh, I'm great. I'm good." And then I was like, "Why am I lying to these
Yeah,
people? I am
routine.
not okay."
Yeah,
And I was just like, "This is not okay. I'm just it's like imposter syndrome. You just going through the motions and you really are not okay on the inside."
yeah.
So that's how I knew that I did need to talk to a therapist.
That's good. That's good because I remember with myself. Yeah, this is during the pandemic. I at this time I was living in California. I had to come back home,
Mm,
and this is say fast forward 10 years. I haven't been at home full time for 10 years.
mm,
My job had me traveling a lot,
mm-hmm.
and I came home that first year. I was super depressed. I didn't know I was depressed though, right? You said like say a functional depression, the
Mm-hmm.
depressy, depressant. I was going through every day in life. I was doing all the things. I was being a father, being a husband, paying the bills,
Mm-hmm.
but I did not want to be there, right? And I was like, I started eating and just doing all, just drinking a lot. I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I doing all this? But I was depressed
Right.
because it was something in my mind. I guess I equated value to being gone.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
by being gone, made money,
Mm-hmm.
made money for everybody else to be taken care of, but I never got a chance to take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm at home. I had nothing but time and space. I'm like, but I never got time to sit in it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got time to sit in, I'm like, what to do until I started going to therapy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I started going to therapy, and during the pandemic, then going through a divorce, I went to
Mm-hmm.
therapy, still go to therapy because
Yeah.
it's a continuous healing journey for self. But I think, to your point, I think therapy is important for everybody
Mm-hmm.
because we all have edges. What is it? Ebbs and flows.
Mm-hmm.
Ebbs and flows, right?
Mm-hmm.
One day you on the mountain, one day you
Right.
in the valley. And sometimes your chemical structure be like, what is wrong with me? You wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
I
You're
know.
like, man,
And sometimes you just need to talk. And
yeah.
you don't want to like I'm more like aware of dumping on people now,
Okay.
right? So I have a person that I go to, but I ask her first when I call her. I'm like, "Hey, I want to talk about something, but is it okay to dump on you?"
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people don't do that, and they just call you and dump on you, and you're like, "I
Right.
don't even have the capacity for myself and my own stuff," and then you end up dumping yourself on me. It just makes it heavier. So I became more aware of like asking people permission first before I dump.
That's considerate.
Mhm.
You know what's funny? Someone was talking to me today, and they was complaining about their relationship, right? So the very first thing I asked them, I said, "Do you want me to listen, or do you want me to respond?" Right? Versus just going in and giving them advice. It was like, "No, I want you to listen to me vent." Fine.
Yeah.
So I get that. Yeah, but a lot of people not aware of that. They just go in like,
Yep.
I'm a dumper. I'm just jumping in. Hey, what's going on, man? Guess what happened, man? I'm going straight in, right? Not realizing I'm doing it. I guess it's a I don't know. It's just sometimes it's being inconsiderate, but sometimes you just think you got to get it out, and it's so important to you at that time, not realizing what other people got going on. Yeah.
Because they may have had a shitty day.
Yes.
And then you call them, didn't even ask how they doing.
Yeah.
They may be holding on thread.
100%. No, that's real. That's real. That's super real. That's why some people say it's important to check on your friends. Check on your strong friends.
Yep.
Yeah, because your strong friends are the one, it seem like they have it together.
And we don't.
And they be like,
listen.
About to fall out.
I say, what do I say? Like, you're like misery in silence, right? Like, you're like keeping it inside. No one knows, but on the inside, like, you just dying.
Yeah, a lot of men suffer in silence.
Yes.
A lot of men.
Yeah.
Like, they have no diss to women.
Uh-huh.
No diss to women. I'm saying the past situations they had, it was like bad situations, and now all they know is that. So when they experience something new, they don't know nothing else.
Yeah, they don't even know how to handle it.
So it's like, so they suffering in silence because most men, they don't want to go get help. Or they don't. It's like an ego driven. It's like, I don't need no help. I'm cool. No, brother, you're not good.
I know.
You messed up.
I like that I'm seeing more things about mental health for men and the advocacy for men to give them an outlet to be vulnerable and open up among their peers. Because I think they need that.
No, we do.
Y'all do.
We do. and we have our our little get-togethers.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
But see, our get-togethers involve other things too. Other involvements and activities that I want to talk about on camera. So I want to get back to the book. So now, when you said raising him, now who is him?
My son.
Your son.
Yes.
Okay.
So I touched on autism.
Okay.
In that, lightly, about finding about the diagnosis and then adjusting my thought process about it. Because at first I was very sad. I could barely say the word autism because no one wants their child to have to struggle through anything. And I had to learn more about autism because at first I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what does this even mean? Something's wrong with my child. And then you just start to get depressed about it and in denial. It's like, maybe it's a wrong diagnosis. Like, I just wouldn't accept it.
Yeah.
So I struggled through that. And then I felt like I had to, like, ask God to shift my mindset about it and look at it more of like a blessing. Like, that same friend told me, he was like, have you ever thought that God chose you to be his mom for a reason?
That's right.
I was like, man, that is so true.
Yeah.
Because no one else would probably love him and parent him the same way I am. And God gave him to me for a purpose.
It's an old saying. It says things don't happen to us, they happen for us.
Yeah.
So if you look at the world like that, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me.
Right.
For whatever the ultimate goal, purpose is. Because I'm still fairly young. So, but some things that I've learned along the way, I know that things that I've experienced, if I wouldn't have went through that, I wouldn't be able to tell or help or encourage someone else that went through that same thing that's so close or in proximity, right? So it's the weirdest thing ever. Or sometimes you might get into a place to where, say you move to Houston, it's like, damn, why did I move here? You moved here because it was something that was bigger than you that needed you here. So this could be fulfilled. So that could be fulfilled.
Yeah. And a lot of times we don't think about it like that because we're like in the moment.
Yes, and then we selfish too. A lot of us are selfish and we want things for us. And you know what's funny? As we get older, as I get older, being selfish is it's like you become selfless if you start understanding or try to understand the bigger picture, right? And like you mentioned earlier, when you have those conversations, the first thing you think about, what is this person going through? why is this person reacting like that? I'm not trying to fix it, but it's the reason why.
Yeah.
Or should I ask before I
You don't.
give, right? Give what I think that, I need to be given. But a lot of people are selfish,
Yeah.
you know? I think that's what's going on in relationships too. A lot of people are selfish and either they've been hurt or they just don't know how to give.
Yeah. I don't know what people want anymore now. Like, when I think about dating,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what outcome people want anymore. Like, for me, when I date, I know I want to date with intention.
Okay.
I want the outcome to be marriage.
Okay, you want to get
But
married.
yes, I do want to be married.
Okay.
And I want to build a life with someone. So that is my purpose in dating. I don't know if everyone knows their purpose in dating. I think people date to date without like any intention, without any real conversation about, hey, where do you want this to go? They just live in the moment or take it slow or whatever excuse they want to use for not putting intention on it.
Right.
Um, so it's weird now.
Well, I think now we could talk about this because I've done a dissertation on this. So I think it's two things. One, I think that we live in what I call a buffet city.
Okay.
You go to a buffet, you have mad options,
Mm-hmm.
right? The old people say your eyes bigger than your stomach,
Yeah.
right? You think you can consume everything, but you can't, right? Your body won't allow you. A big city like a Houston, New York, California, Atlanta, Florida, blah blah blah, they have all these options, right? Because you think you want them.
Yeah.
When you find out that you start consuming all this stuff, your body you start to get sick. You try to do it again. Oh, I'm gonna go back, and the more you keep doing it, you become tainted, and you be like, you know what? I don't want to go there no more, because now you blame the buffet
Yeah.
versus blaming the eyes for wanting more. So I think that's one, right? The person. Two, I think that some people are callous and they don't know how to get over their hurt.
A lot of people don't.
And
Yeah.
because believe it or not, a lot of people have had horrible experiences, right? I'm gonna speak from the man side. A lot of men that I talk to on a daily basis, a lot of them have had bad experiences with women, right? I ain't even talking about cheating. I'm just saying like being used, right? Or not being emotionally available. Or some women say they're not emotionally intelligent, right? Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying men are not the problem, but a lot of men don't know how to communicate because I don't think a lot of women took the time out to teach them. Not even teach them. That's the wrong word. Be patient with them or seek out help so they can understand alignment.
Okay.
Right? Because once you understand alignment, you understand purpose, right? But if you don't understand alignment, I'm just here because she's bad, she looks good, she fine. Nah.
Yeah, that's not alignment.
Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he got, you know what I'm saying? He got a six pack, he's 6'5", you know what I'm saying? He got money. No. But when y'all realize alignment and purpose, then you're like, okay, but it takes time for that. And I think initially, like when people date, I think that should be the initial versus what's been displayed. Because I think, the things that's on social media, people say that's a distraction. I think that's a small percentage, right? The algorithm of people that's saying, the two people that's clashing with each other, I think that's a small percentage, but I think that's being displayed a lot. It's just more of, I think people are not understanding each other, and people don't know how to articulate how they want to be treated.
Yes.
One, and a lot of people haven't done the work on themselves, right? Happiness for yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
For both men and women. It's
Absolutely.
like the self-worth and the self-value to even know what alignment means for you. And that takes a lot of like growth and evolving. And sometimes therapy, a lot of times therapy actually, so that you can like grow in yourself. A lot of people haven't grown and they don't think they need to grow. I try to, and I'm not perfect at it, but like if my relationships end, I try to look back on like, okay, what did I learn from this? And then what was my lesson? Like what was my lesson in that? And how do I need to like grow? And then also, because I do feel like I'm ready for marriage, I started thinking about what kind of traits do I need to have that God needs to show me in me to make me a good wife.
Mm-hmm.
And not just a husband. I just don't want a husband. Like, I want to be a good wife too. And am I ready to be that and assume that role?
Yeah.
But that takes a lot of like self awareness and maturity to get there and want to be there and not just get married to get married.
So one thing I can say about this, one thing about me, I was married 14 years, right? Me and my ex-wife were best friends to this day. Most women say, wow, that's dumb. Well, I got divorced. But one thing I learned about marriage, it's a continuous piece of work, right? It's like driving a car, right? And when you're done driving the car, you got to get to your destination, and the other person has to drive. But if they don't want to drive it, the car is just going to stay there. But you still got to get to the destination, right? That's what marriage is. Marriage is a continuous destination drive.
Yeah.
Right? The thing is this. It's the turns, right? The turns. So if you ever rode a motorbike?
No.
You never? Okay, so never rode a motorbike? Come on. Never rode on the back of a motorbike?
No.
Never? No. Okay. So this is science. This is science. This is a teaching moment. So when you're riding a motorbike with someone, you ever notice when they go in the curve, they lean, right?
Yeah, you gotta lean.
You got to lean in order to go in the curve, right? If not, you're going to go straight. That's just how the bike is designed. When somebody's on the back, they have to lean with you. If they don't lean with you, you know what's going to happen? You lean in, but they sitting straight up, the bike is going to start doing some funny stuff. So that's where the issues are, the turns in relationships. That was good, Adam. That was good, Adam.
Good analogy.
Yeah, but the relationship is good on the straightaway, but when you get to the turns, that's when you have a lot of bumps, right? So I think in the turns is where we're learning each other, right? And you got to trust me in the turn, like, baby, lean. I ain't leaning you. This, that, and that. Babe, just lean. We're going to wreck if you don't lean, right? And most people wreck. That's what I call divorce or just separation. Yeah, but I think, honestly, at this age, marriage is a beautiful thing. But marriage is hard. Not hard in saying that it's hard being with another person. It's hard when you're trying to do the best you can do with what you have. Mentally, physically, spiritually, everything, right? Do the best that you have. And it's not fulfilling the other person.
Okay.
That's the hard part because it's like, I think I'm doing all the things that I need to do for myself. I've done the work. I'm doing the work for me. But now I'm trying to fulfill my partner, and it's not fulfilling her. And she's, especially if she knows how to articulate back, that's like gut-wrenching, and it's hurtful, right? So it's like, what do you do in that situation? But y'all married. So that's the hard part. I think that's a lot of people that have been married before. That's why they don't want to get married again, because either they felt that or they just don't want to be hurt. Because being hurt,
not the hurt part. Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
When you putting your heart out there and you like.
I know, but I feel like that's a bit of an ego thing though too.
Okay.
It's like, okay, so say what you've given me is just not meeting my needs.
Okay.
And I communicate that to you. Of course, that's like gut wrenching, right? Because you thought you were doing great, and then but I'm saying no, it's just not meeting it. But that doesn't mean that you go and be like, oh, now I'm hurt because I'm not meeting her needs. No, it's like, okay, well, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's figure out what exactly you feel like you're lacking. And I think that takes like emotional maturity to know that you're not going to just get it right the first time. Like, you're two different people. So if you are able, especially if the woman and the man can articulate this and not keep it on the inside, I feel like you can work with that. But I think pride and ego kind of steps in when you feel like, oh, well, I tried and you still not happy. Like, I think you're missing the big picture. It's like, I'm just saying it's not working for me. But if your approach was, okay, then what worked for you? Forget your ego. Forget your pride. But ask me, then you tell me what works for you. Why can't we do that? No one does that. No one does that. We think about ourselves too much.
Yes, we supposed to.
No, selfless.
I know, but you have to. You have to protect that little piece that's still there.
No, what are you protecting?
Because
that means that means your guard is up.
Yes.
Yes, why?
Because past experiences, insecurities.
That means you still got a lot of work to do.
But we
yeah,
all do.
But that that's not a reason to not work through it, because that shows me that there's stuff you still have to work through.
Yes, 100%.
Right. So if your ego is getting in the way of this, that means you're going to have to do this work, but you still need to figure out how to meet my needs.
So,
and I got to meet your needs too.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask a personal question.
Okay.
I'm going to ask a personal question because that was a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
What issues have you ran into? And not to get super personal, but what issues have you ran into? Because you're an attractive woman.
Thanks.
What issues have you ran into while in Houston, right, trying to date? Because I take it that you're dating.
Yes, I am
open to dating.
Open to dating. I think if I had to sum it up, I would say the lack of intention and the lack of consistency with dating me, because that just doesn't work for me. So like if you're like up and down and wishy-washy, and I might hear from you but then I won't hear from you, like if I don't know if I'm going to consistently hear from you, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people that I'm looking at is not showing me the intention.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of things we're not aligned on. So for me, it's not about the physical appearance.
Mm-hmm.
It's about
Come on now, stop it.
No, seriously. Because there are people who are attractive I'm not attracted to by just having a conversation.
That makes sense.
But it's like, are we on the same page? Are we living a purposeful life? Are you following God's purpose for you?
Right.
So if I feel like you're not, I can't see you as a husband. Or if you don't want marriage, you don't know if you want marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't know if you want a commitment. Like, no, thank you. I don't want that. And I want someone who's able to verbalize that, hey, I want you. Like, I want, like, a manly man.
I want you.
I want you. I want you. I don't want nobody else. You is who I want to try this with. Like, I want that. And I think because of the ego and because of the past traumas and hurt from other women, because I hear this a lot from guys, that they've been hurt a lot. I'm like, well, don't bring that baggage on me. Because when I date someone, I give you a clean slate.
Oh, really?
Yes. Completely clean.
Y'all hear that, fellas? Huh? Y'all hear that, huh?
Clean slate. So whatever you show me is what you show me. And I base my judgment off of that. You know, and I don't get that in return. A lot of men are bitter and jaded. And they don't want to name it that, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it seems like they haven't healed past all the women that has hurt them. So they come to me all jaded and guarded, and then now I'm trying to break down these walls, trying to get to know you. You can't be vulnerable. You can't be transparent. You're not able to verbalize how you feel about me.
You know, women have a superpower, right?
What's that?
You guys' superpower is the ability to nurture.
Yes.
And so nurturing has levels to it, right? So most women haven't discovered that self. Most women know they're nurturers, but they don't know the levels. So when I say the levels, they don't know what they haven't experienced until they experience it. And they realize they have the capability to do it. They probably don't want to do it. But God blessed them to do that. It's like we have the strength, right? We have the physical strength to do things and provide. And we're supposed to have vision and provision. Supposed to.
So you can lead.
Yes. If a man doesn't have that, run for the hills.
Look,
like
you can't lead this home.
That's right. He's not a leader. So that's the gift that God gave us. God gave us vision and provision. Gave you guys the womb, which is the gift, and it gave you guys nurture, right? So to your point, I get it. That makes sense. I just want everybody to be happy and joyful. You know, when you were saying that, it's a song that popped in my head. Marvin Gaye. The song says, "I want you." The lyric says, "I want you the right way, but I want you to want me too." Right. So I want you. He's telling you intentional. I want you. Right. And I want you the right way. I want to do all these things to you, but I want you to want me too.
Yeah.
So it comes with two.
As you deserve.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I like that. Okay. I see your dot.
Look, we here.
Yeah. We saying the same thing. I got you. That's good. So now, look. So the book, in writing the book, and being open and honest about your life, right? Why did you think? Not even think. Why did you want to put your vulnerability out there like that? Because most people put that in the journal and just.
Yeah. No, I want to impact others.
Okay.
I notice that when I started sharing things about some things I was going through, like some struggles with the autism, for example. So when I did a reality dating show 2 years ago, and I mentioned my son's autism on there. And so many people reached out to me because I never spoke about it really, because I told you I was dealing with how they accept it.
Yeah.
So I really didn't share that my son had autism. But on the show, I mentioned some of the struggles I was going through with getting him services and the support that he needed in school. And so many people reached out to me, and I was like, wow, I actually can help people and impact people. And that's what made me want to share it. And that's why I added the takeaways on there.
Okay.
So it's not just a quick read. It's like, no, how can I apply this to my life? And then I end up making a workbook to go with it. So the workbook, it accompanies every chapter that's in the book. And it has scripture along with it.
Okay.
It has some self-reflection questions. And it's just a guide for you to work through your own things that you do every day.
So I take it you mentioned God a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How important is spirituality and placing God in just in the realm of your life? How important is that to you?
It's very important. It's actually a deal breaker if someone does not. For me, I have really learned to lean on God and pray about my decisions. And even with who I feel like God has for my husband to be, I feel like God is going to reveal that to me.
Okay.
You know, and that's what I'm waiting on. So I'm a big believer of that. And I think walking in your purpose and what God has for you makes you align with what I'm looking for. Because I feel like if you're not walking in your purpose yet, you're not there yet.
100%.
And I want to walk in my purpose with my person.
Right. So you know what was funny about that? I got a lot of sayings, right, and a lot of thoughts about people walking their purpose. I believe that each person has their own purpose, but the purpose ties in together.
It can be, yeah.
Once you get married, that's what I call alignment.
Yes.
So that's what true ultimate alignment is.
Yeah.
When your purpose is aligned, even though you have nothing before y'all even met, you was doing your own thing, and God promised you and gave you the energy and capacity for this. That person did the same thing, but your purpose is aligned.
Yeah.
And whatever walk of life it leads you to meeting that individual, that's alignment.
Yeah. And that's what I want for me and my partner, is that we're going to do God's work together.
That's good.
And that's what my goal is.
That's good. I pray that you find a beautiful husband.
Thank you.
And have a beautiful life. Yeah, because I want everybody to have that. Because when people have that, they help others. You know, I don't want us walking around hurting and scarred and band-aids all over us, God's past.
Jaded.
Yeah, that's not a good life. I don't like having friendships like that. I don't like having loved ones like that. I don't like having just people I work with like that, because it makes your life a little,
it's miserable.
Yeah. And you don't want nobody to see. You don't see nobody like that. I think having a beautiful relationship with your partner, with your spouse, is better than being a billionaire. Not a billionaire is good. No, you need that paper. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that coming home and happy and doing things together, dancing and laughing.
Yes.
That is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Watching a crazy show, working in the garden together, doing things with the kids. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
That's like, I call that net worth. Like, it's like relationships and business.
Yeah.
Right? It's like net worth at home. You want to come home. Baby, hey.
But you know how many people don't see that as value now? They think of the superficial and monetary things.
Yeah.
When they think about their goals. But that's why I would love the person who I end up with to have a similar mindset of what's important in life.
Yes.
Because those things are not important to me like that. That's not what I value. And I think I've grown to know that the monetary things that I've been chasing for so many years is not the fulfilling things. And I've always had a void. But when I started doing things that I feel like God wants me to do, I actually start feeling fulfilled.
That's good. And after this show, a lot of men are going to probably hit you in the DM. They're going to be like, hey, Doc, what's up? I'm vulnerable. I'm open. I'm available. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Doc, how can the people find you to get the book,
Mm-hmm.
if they want to reach out for like tips on competition,
Wellness,
weightlifting.
fitness, physical therapy, all the
Yeah.
things. Autism.
Yeah, autism, absolutely.
Yes.
Autism, yeah, that's a big
I
one, yeah.
definitely want to help people with the awareness part and knowing what's out there because I
Okay.
think we don't know where to start a lot of times. So I definitely want to be an advocate for that. But my socials. So on IG is Dr. Ball.
Hmm.
And then on Facebook is Arielle Ball.
Got you.
Super simple. The link for my book is on IG. So right on my page, there's a link that you can go on. It's on Amazon, so you can look up the book.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot to tell everybody that you was a really TV, like a movie star. You're an
I
actress.
am an actress. Yes.
Yeah, you're an actress. You know how to get a script and like get into the role.
I do. Actually, I'm going on to my fourth film.
Congratulations.
Actually, next
Hey,
week.
congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes, God's favor, man. I tell you.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And you do a lot of things. So you need somebody that has capacity for that.
Yes.
So good thing about culturally distinct, I tell everybody when they come up here. Last year, when people was declaring things and asking for things and was seeking God for to open to what is it? What's the song? Not flood the territory, but enhance. What is it? Not enhance your territory, but
I think it is
to
enhance your territory.
is it
I think so.
enhance your territory? A lot of people got what they asked for.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people, I say, look, this is the gardening place where your seed is watered. The Culturally Distinct podcast, because we discern things up here. We believe God. We seek for one what God wants for us, right? We also do the need what God needs for us to do, right? So I'm not saying we church, but we do pass the collection plate around here too. Hey, but anyway, guys, man, look, Arielle, Dr. Arielle Ball, I appreciate Ball.
Yes.
So I appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you for
I really
having
do.
me.
This was a great conversation.
This was.
I hope somebody gets something out of this. Not the outtakes of where, the bad side of it, but the good side where, life is a good thing if you make it that.
Yeah.
Life is what you make it. And we have too many beautiful people in life that have the experiences that's willing to share their experience with someone else. So I think that's beautiful. So y'all brothers, make sure y'all hit Doc up in the DMs.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Flood her DMs. Guys, well man, look, y'all know where to find me. I'm at Culturally Distinct everywhere. You know where I be at. I be everywhere. You might see me in the airport. You might see me in Tokyo. You might see me in Mexico. But if you see me, holla at me. I'm not sometimes if it's 8:30, 7:30 in the morning, I'm cranky. But after that, I'm good. So, guys, hit me up. I appreciate you guys. Arielle, you got any last words?
No.
No last
I
words.
Say, hey, walk in God's purpose.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Beautiful. I love it. Guys, you already know the saying every week. I love you guys, and you can't do nothing, and I can't do nothing. Well, I'm sorry. I love you guys. That's a double take. I love you guys, and you can't do nothing about it. Peace.